Now, for yet another beautiful Thursday edition of Temidlalo, and welcome once again, especially for this edition that is brought to you by Eswatini TV in conjunction with the title sponsor, KFC Eswatini. A couple of things to take center stage this evening include a special guest from the Eswatini Volleyball Association, just to look at the ins and outs of the association. Remember, the new executive that is headed by the likes of, Pinda Lamini, the vice president of the association, is also going to be in the studio just to give us an overview of what's been happening in the association since they entered the association back in May. Otherwise, cycling under the fourth edition of the Too Fast, Too Furious Three Tropes Game Resort was launched yesterday with a package of around 80,000 Emarangeni. So the edition will be taking on the 30th of November this year. We can't wait, as international cyclists are expected to take part of the competition. Darts, it's another sporting course we want to highlight. Over the weekend, there were activities, and to let you know that since hosting the Region 5 darts competition, there seemed to be a really positive, growth in the sport. Comments coming from the association, and darts players also are revealing that they are ready to hit the ground running. Otherwise, netball is another sporting code. We want to touch on what's been happening. There is a fixture, there is a lot that is happening under the Eswatini Netball Association. And then later on, the focus will be given to national team after that heavy defeat against Mozambique during the AFCON qualifiers on Monday, the game that played at Momera Stadium. So we have a full discussion with my in-house analyst, Linda Lamini, just to look at what does that mean for the team and the nation and the future of the national team. No, for the viewer, wherever you are, stay tuned using your socials, using also the comfort of your scooter in the house, and you can also catch us live on YouTube. Already in the company of Pinda Lamini as the vice president of the Eswatini Volleyball Association. So we've been wondering where Pinda has been when it comes to volleyball, but this is he's been at the helm of things. Maybe in the previous administration he was not, he was not sitting on the round table, but now he's there. When you talk about the VP, so he's the second biggest person when you talk about volleyball in the country. All right. Congratulate you and alongside the EXCO that entered the office around May this year. Yes. You've been in the office for over now 100 years. For you, how hard did you fight to ensure that you take this position? I mean, you have to deliver your speeches, you are coming to deliver the job. And you've been within the association for quite some time. Yes. You served under different administration, but now you're here. So what do you want to do as a new EXCO of the Volleyball Association?
Siyabonga lokukhulu kakhulu kuba ukuthi ube nelithando la le sport. So the people should see you busy la kule sport, so that badoba nalo kwethemba ukuthi nabakuniketa lo msebenzi utawukhona kuwenda. Sengiqhubekela ke embutweni wakho lomunye ukuthi what have we set out to do as the new executive. We have a few goals let's now achieve within the first 2 years now, because we have 4 years in the office, but we have set a few goals let's now achieve within the 2 years. Let's cabanga ukuthi mhlawumbe sitawukhona achieve after the 2 years. Then we sit down again and look ukuthi yini lesingayenda after the 2 years. But lokumcoka kakhulu ukuthi want to bring back league, volleyball league, a national league, because asigabinayo for a long time now. So we want to bring back volleyball national league, and we also want to go in deeper into development yet, because siyabona ukuthi siyaleka kakhulu development, especially nasiya etikolweni sibuka lizinga le volleyball etikolweni lehle kakhulu. So sifuna ukuthi sizame ukuthi singene kulo, because that is where we get badlali labasesebancane sibakhulise kule sport. And we also want to increase the number of bantu besifazane labadlala le volleyball, women volleyball. See, kwanyalo nje we only have about 8 teams, if I'm not mistaken, which is a very small number. So we want to increase leyo number women volleyball. We also want to have a first division league for women volleyball, because kwanyalo city we only have ngalaga males. Yes.
Beautiful stuff. You can see the visuals of some of the leagues that you're highlighting. And coming back to, yes, we're moving now. You in the office, the new exco. Yeah, I like that. If you can notice, Pinda, I pay very much attention. Pinda, on the, should I say, on the left side of the screen, you're wearing the logo of the association, which is the Eswatini National Volleyball Association. On the other side, you're wearing FIVB. This is the Federation of International Volleyball.
Yes.
Nangena office, of course, you have to touch base with FIVB, which is the Federation of International Volleyball. But see, but then
but basisekela kakhulu because they've already started. Yalo nje you'd recall ukuthi president wethu I think it was last month if I'm not mistaken bekaye ku Congress bekaye emhlanganweni so nakafika emhlanganweni silive babese sebaya FIVB uyasipha emabhola so we're expecting them very soon ukuthi atawufika ngala kithi so vele ifederation yethu lesiphethe FIVB isisekela kakhulu and they've promised ukuthi vele batasisekela lokunye basisekela even nakuma programs lesifuna kwenda like nje ngishito ukuthi want to venture into development so kwethu ukuthi sifake ama applications ku FIVB and FIVB tabese so yakhona ukuthi nangabe kukhona la ngasita ngakwasita.
You get in office over 100 days now over as the new exco. The first competition, I remember very well because we did talk and I did interview you, was during the 2024 Mula Sports Trade Fair Cup.
Yes.
And that's Kuluma during the 2024 Mula Sports Trade Fair Cup. Goes, Wang Vetera Gutsi lo kunkazago. Then, at that time was that the competition now, there was introduction of young players, most of the teams. And maybe towards the end, Sabbo, Nabo correctional, your reps, computer, but there is an increase of some of the teams in terms of your competition. Logo shocked as an association and as a sport.
Logo, it's a sign the sport is growing. Because itolo bowati ukuthi magnet tournament uyathuthita wina ngusibani noma ngithimbani but now mawe tournament wonke umuntu usuka hlahle emehlo ukuthi ngabe kutaweni kanti because ema tournaments ethu nyalo are full of surprises. You'd recall ukuthi 2-3 years down back solo ku wina correctional ngala kuma ladies nangala kuma males but I feel like this year kushinjile because sibone RSP ithatha tournament sabona Scorpion ithatha tournament.
Scorpion, that's the team that I would say is coming hard.
So you if uhlala phasi ubuka Scorpion ubukela ubuka lokuthi badlali bawo bangakanani in terms of age uyabona ukuthi basese bancane and they still have a future yabo ukuthi bangasita nelive going forward. So that is why see associations kuyasijabulisa lokho kuyasichaza impela because siyabona lokuthi lelizinga liyakhula with each tournament liyakhula lelizinga le volleyball.
Yes, maybe now we beg in terms of the growth of other sports. I think Scorpions, you just highlighted them. There's another team, I'm trying to pick up the name. Is it Co-Boys? There is a name. I'll remember it before we leave. But there's a co-op or something. Yeah, Bobcats. Yeah.
Bobcats.
Yes, Bobcats. It's another coming team, which I think now Bobcats, they're doing very well. So I was trying to, push my head around it. Yeah, they're doing very well.
You are right. They're doing very well because this is an old team.
But how do we avoid the dominance of the forces? Sorry to cut you. How do we? Yes, they are getting out of the dominance slowly. But how do we avoid complete dominance of the forces?
For now, I'd say it's very difficult. It's difficult for the other teams to avoid that because they always have that muscle. You see, so you can't say that teams they develop players, babona sikashayina lo mdlali, then they dangle the carrot, the obvious one. So can't say umdlali sohambile so yengaleke again, sebaqala futhi bayabona ba dominate again. So kwanyalo otherwise the teams la khona nyalo they are capable ukuthi banga dominate nabo.
Shortly I want to get into current tournaments. Before getting to current tournaments, I want to touch on international participation. If I'm not wrong, female teams are a bit better on our international competition. Correctional ladies team in terms of international participation, what are you doing as an association, as a new executive, to ensure that very regionally, continentally and worldwide?
Okay. You are right, but again, I would say last year, sibone ama-males correctional now as aphakamisa lizinga kakhulu ku-zone 6 because si-international tournament club championship ya zone 6 lesinayo simbonile i-correctional iphakamisa lizinga kakhulu isimelele kahle even though the other year bekuyi-correctional ladies nayo yasimelela kahle yabuya nendondo ekhaya but ke lesikufisako thina as a new executive is to have lama teams ethu abe exposed internationally so that batokhona lokuthola le experience yokudlala international and lokutosita na ku national team when it comes to national team level nakhona kutasita kakhulu lokho because we always encourage them ukuthi nakunema tournaments la khona outside we are ready to give them permission ukuthi bahambe bawadlalele just last month nje if I'm not mistaken Scorpion besihambile siyodlala eSouth Africa ku-Aquatashan so sasinike permission ukuthi singahamba so uyabona lokuthi as they go out bayodlala le international nababuya lana babuya baphakamisela that is why you see Scorpion sidlala kahle kangaka kulamalanga.
All right, now let's touch on the local competition. A couple of changes we want to touch on. From what I've heard, if I've heard it clearly, is that there's an issue of the VA Cup that has now changed to another competition. What's the story? What's happening with the changes in the name of the competition?
The competition is still the same. It's just the change of the name, PEL. Because itolo bekwi VA Cup, which is Volleyball Association Cup. But sitting down as the new executive sibuka le significance yale tournament sabuka ukuthi kahle kahle ini yani. So i-VA Cup bekuniketa ticket lokuthi uhambe uyodlala ku zone 6 club championships. So as this is a club championship tournament le qualifyela kuyodlala khona so not we decided ukuthi no let's just rename it nathi it's a national club championship because lapho sifuna shambeni welive lonke that is why nayidlalwa yona idlala icala from first division lama team abhicane at the end of the day agcine sekufike i-champion.
So since now it's an NCC Cup,
yes.
National Club Championship. Now,
yes.
You touched on you as an executive, what's in the National Volleyball League.
Yes.
How soon could that happen? Is it that before the end of the year? Are the sponsors coming on the table to listen to the offers? What's happening? How can you expect it, and how sooner?
May I not jump the gun lapho ngisho ukuthi kungaba nini because we sisanqonqotha lapha nalapha kuma sponsors ethu but we are hoping ukuthi soon if it's not any time this year but we have already secured for a sponsorship for our first division your first division.
All right.
So that one is covered sidabe sisilonja soon but then sisamelele saka elite nakhona sisanqonqotha ehlojente ngosi ukuthi timane tisichase.
All right. Ngifuna ukukhulula ngosi before you leave ngiyakhala ngoba nasihlelela akusumuntu wase ndawuthini mbabane manzini corridor sibukela kuphela khona nomunye ibhuti lohlale le ezombotse emuva nje ubuta ukuthi nifika nini kithi the effort of ensuring that volleyball ifike emakhaya and the facilities how are you working on that? How are you working around the clock to ensure that even emakhaya bayanitfola in terms of the volleyball? We want teams coming from the regions.
Yes, like ngishito ekucaleni ukuthi one of our targets is development. Development yethu ke it's asiyeti kolweni phinze sihambe siyo revive the teams kuma regions regional teams because itolo bekakhona lama regional leagues but ase ayafa so one of our targets is to go back and revive lawo ma regional teams so sitativakashela vele leti gotsi tethu lama regions ethu sitawavakashela vele nyalo nje sisitwa kakhulu nangushukuma president wethu nje bekase siphofaneni last week ashukuma and we were surprised to see ukuthi banengi kakhulu badlali bevolleyball abakhona esiphofaneni so vele esiphofaneni nje at least identify as one of tinzawo lesitavele sitivakashele masinyane si revive i-league khona.
All right. Yes. Before we leave, any magama ekubonga nje, anyone you want to take this moment and congratulate or thank on behalf of the association and just to give us maybe in the coming few days or a month end, is there anything that is planned activity in terms of what you're doing as an association?
Okay, thank you very much. Ngicabanga ukuthi singabonga kakhulu isihlobo sethu umngani wethu lese sikafana nemtali kithi le kungimula sport.
Okay.
Usisekela kakhulu Mula Sport singabonga kakhulu sendlule sibonge ke nawo ema teams la sasibambisile up to this far and this week siyaqhubeka ne club national club championship ethu kudlala ema ladies teams this coming weekend Saturday adlala eOlympia singaba mema nje babukele emakhaya bameme badlali nebatali babuye batobukela abantu ababo eOlympia yaqala ama games ethu nga 8:30.
All right, beautiful stuff. Thank you very much to the Vice President of the Eswatini, or rather the National Volleyball Association, VP, that is Pinda Dlamini. He's been with the Volleyball Association for the longest time, so he understands what it takes to shake things around. And from what he's saying, they are trying to make sure that as an association, they move forward and they make sure that the sport at large grows in the kingdom of Eswatini. Otherwise, a short break. When I come back, our in-house analyst Pinda Dlamini is going to be in the studio. We want to touch on a couple of things, including darts, cycling, netball, and of course, the major topics, Slang Semnigati, ongoing defeats after the break.
Order KFC on WhatsApp. +268 78 33 5151.
I said no gifts on my birthday. This is too much. Can you take it back?
Back to single ply.
Lionel, at ShopRite, Save Green at Spa. That's lower than low prices.
You mean you got all of this on special?
Get more for even less with Spar. Shop red and save green with low prices on your favorite products and essentials. Like 200-gram Baker's Blue Label Mori biscuits. Buy any two for only 30 Emalangeni. 400-gram Black Cat peanut butter, just $37.99. 1 kg Spar Daily Spread Tub, only $34.99. 750ml Sunlight Dishwashing Liquid Refill, just $24.99. Or Pampers Active Baby Nappies or Nappy Pads, value pack for only $179.99.
It's more special when it's on special.
And that's why we shop at Spa.
I'm a very happy customer.
I know.
Imali ebhizinisi ayidliwa wayidla utobulala phansi.
Hayi ngimsebenzi yethu lesindako la ekhaya njengoba niyibona limihle kangaka.
Ngiyagolosha which is crocheting.
Ngiyakhicita ke noko kakhulu emsebenzini wethu ikhumba.
Ngenda kwegaba emacici nokwegaba entsanyeni.
Ngilungisa emagedlela. Hello, how are you? We are selling peanuts at 5. Thank you so much. Umdala kubusi. Find the strat, babe.
You're still watching Eswatini TV on your Thursday edition of Temidlalo. We are talking about different sporting codes under the title sponsorship by KFC Eswatini. Now, I'm joined by our in-house analyst, Linda Dlamini. Ngitsithe nje ngasiyangena estudio ngambona nje uyachazeka, smile on the face. Ngithi uchazwani ngosi uthi indaba imbi kwe Maluel viewers. Ubathanza kangaka ngosi sikuvusela.
Kakhulu sibali wami ngiyabonga. Lithuba lekungibeka ngihlale la. Ngekuthuba lokuvusela Maluel viewers. Fabrice inhlonipho sikhule ngayo nangabe umfana wasemakhaya. Ukhula ngayo inhlonipho. Kungako ke Fabrice Maluel viewers lamanye ahle asithembisa ukuthi batasithengela bo drink. Kodwa ke thina inkosi yami asithathi mhlambe lesinganikwa ngumcashi. Kodwa nje Fabrice ngicabanga ukuthi lokumcwa kakhulu ukuthi umbukeli sithi nasiphuma thina nawe la abesafundisekile one abesaka information abe lolwati lema sports sekanalo ukhuluma ngabo volleyball ukhuluma ngabo cycling volleyball nje usuka la vice president ukhuluma ngama regions very proud Fabrice bengikhuluma naye nje president over the weekend bekune volleyball league la ngiqhamuka khona mina la ngidlalele khona eTemidlalo ngase Jerusalem mina but eTemidlalo bekune volleyball league so le league leyo ngitsite ngalothi mine nenhlanhla lo sengihlala eceleni kwa president kumele ibuye wazi president no it's okay ayibuye stand support so lokho kuyangithokozisa ukuthi even nasemakhaya le timvo lebediveloped khona atibuye tidlale dichubeke baphile bantu
ucelele sif saseTrindrove ukuthi bathole i-competition.
Yeah.
Hayi indlela yokungena eParliament enkosi. Hayi indlela yokungena eParliament. Because let's talk about cycling. I think ngikhumbula kahle 2023 you covered all the cycling activities, be it the Too Fast and Too Furious, be it national champs, be it Stegi race, be it Kemani, M10 Kemani. So you've covered everything. Now on the 30th of November, there's going to be the Too Fast and Furious, fourth edition this year, and Treetops Game Resort as the title sponsor for the second time in a row. Bafake 80,000 emarangeni. This is what we want for sports master. Ukuthi bantu vele basekele Temidlalo. Singayi ukuthi ngibhola noma boxing, all the sporting codes akasekele.
Fabrice, before sikhulume ngayo lendzaba ye launch sponsorship sayo Too Fast Too Furious cycling tournament ngithanda nje ukudlulisana Fabrice ukuthi labahamba ngetimoto basebenzisa wona umgwaqo asababahloniphe phela labahamba ngemabhayisikili nalabagijimako emgwaqweni singaboni kulomnyaka lona nje Fabrice sishiwe lababili labadlala wona amabhayisikili imvo leyo lekungakameli ukuthi ngabe iyenteka in fact i-cycling association 2 years ago yaqala lenye i-awareness campaign ukuthi bahambe from basuke ezulwini bayojika kumathapa lapho khona bebagcugcutela noma bafuna kufundisa bona bashayeli betimoto ukuthi phela kunalesikhala lekumele ukuthi kushiyelane sona kulabo labahashova amabhayisikili kunalabagijimako lengicabanga ukuthi lokho angati lokuthi sola kungenini la kubamvu labahamba ngetimoto ngiyacela mina because sportless lesimele ukuthi sikhule bekumele siye kuma world championships nje unfortunately saba netinkinga tema visa silive kodwa nje ngiyacela because sport sonke ne community yonke bamvu labasebenzisa umgwaqo ukudzinga ukuthi babambisane kubuya ke Fabrice ukhuluma ngama sponsors sponsors vele kuma sports siyawadzinga nayi nje i tournament cycling isekelwa nga 80,000 emalangeni I think increase leyo njoba usho ukuthi i4th edition le ngiyakhumbulana icala ileka manzini icala ibanjwa ingena lekubolwandle ingena ishaya ekhatsi kulomgwaqo loyo but over the years ikhulile ngicabanga ukuthi even nama cyclists la ingenele this year ke kutabe kunema legend this year ke kutabe kunema cyclists laqhamuka ngaphandle ngicabanga ukuthi vele sifuna ukuthi onke ema events aka cycling kuqhamuke phandle ama cyclists la tawuletha I competition kunabo bokwanele because he's our national champ so yeah he's a youngster national champ bekaya kuma world championships njoba sengishilo unfortunately wangakhona ukuthi ayi ngicabanga ukuthi lama competitions as amanengi ubalele nje Fabrice wabala ukuthi last year bekunema events national championships kwaba nemandla simelane race kwaba ne resolution le beyikhona lapha isuka ePhocweni kwaba nale awareness right kwaba ne border to border kwaba nalena kwaba ne yasemlilwane kwaba ne yasengwenya about 8 wow yeah ku calendar yaka cycling and thine nawe the sport team vele kuyadzingakala ukuthi lama sports swa support onke so ngicabanga ukuthi I-launch yendekile I3 tops ikhonile kufaka le mali 80,000
MA that is MA offices but that is Mr. MA himself Muzi MA Dlamini signing the check and he's been given that t-shirt. Now what is Mr. Clinton McNamara, the team principal of Forever Cycling Club, which happens to be the team that organized the event, is explaining that they are giving him the t-shirt on behalf of the club and the association to honor the sponsorship that once again they have received. And then he highlighted that all cyclists on the day will have a similar t-shirt master, the title sponsor, 3 tops. So that is Mr. M.A. Dlamini receiving that present, that gift, and of course signing the check of 80,000 Marangeni. And of course, as an organization that is doing it for the second time, there's a hope that there is also going to be a next. He also promised to be part of the race on the 30th of November. So that is the information. But again, this is one of the events now in terms of the effort that is put in, the involvement of international cyclists. The competition gets high. This is where you want to showcase everyone that you are the best. Of course, Jele, he had to come in front to show that the title sponsor should be pleased with what's been happening. Master, what is this, personally, from the beginning of the year, as a cycling association, by Bambeganje, kuze kuphela umnyaka, shokuthi batimisele ukuthi vele emaswati aqhubeke asekele lo mdlalo.
Kakhulu Fabrice kakhulu. I think sine challenge kakhulu, more special ngala ka cycling. Kunenvo bamvula bangayadi, sine challenge ema cyclist. Lata compete aqutselane mbamba. Now uthelenzelisisa Fabrice asengube excel nje ngala kuma females. Ansiki nontsikelelo. Ngibani la compete naye.
Challenge good.
I-challenge kude le challenge kahle kahle ngala kuma males kwanele muzi ngicaba ukuthi
uke wema 6 months at
yeah uke wahlala isikhathi other than yena ngibani laba compete nayo okay ukhona mhlambe lungelo but kude mhlambe lesitawukhanza ukuthi ama cyclists ang6 acutselana sigaba ku 100 kilometers because lana nje kule too fast too furious kune 100 kilometers kude ama cyclists lotawakhanza ang6 like sikubona kulamanye amave bo South Africa even na overseas bese ke sekwenda ukuthi even nale national team labe kakhuluma ngayo president ukuthi bafuna ukuyisukumisa sekude ke ukuthi batawukhetha bobani la national team because kulama events la kumele ukuthi siwa compete la ngaphandle we need to send a team because ka cycling as uhamba uwedwa uba ne disadvantage because la labanye bayi team basethelana le pace bavikelana umoya tonke letinvo lethu wena na uwedwa uba ne challenge kakhulu but nangabe la cyclists ngiyabekisa nje ngibekisa ngalo 6 lokungenani ke 4 sathi nje ukuthi laba kwanele nangabe aphuma abang number 1 abashiyani kakhulu balanzelana le competition ibe khona ngicabanga ukuthi angakhula umdlalo wama bicycle lapha even at the moment ukhula kancane kakhulu.
And of course there's something to highlight, but we'll talk about that. Let's listen to some of the interviews, especially those who spoke during that launch that was held at MA offices at Eswatini, including the president of the association, William Kelly, of course, MA, Mr. Dlamini, and of course, the team principal for the Forever Cycling Club, which is the team that is in charge of the race. That is Mr. Clinton McNamara. Let's just listen to those three. What do they have to say about this race and the event at large?
Game Resort for again coming to the party and sponsoring this event. We know that our economic climate is not the very best at the moment, and we would like to thank you for honoring your word and sponsoring this event. I'd also like to make a plea to government to support and encourage companies like yours that sponsor sports.
Are not very easy in the business and economic landscape, but as a private sector we have to try our best, because life is not only about profit. The things that make our lives turn, the things that make us come together, the things that make us healthier, we still have to try and propel them forward with the little that we have. That is why we made the executive call to say we will participate in this cycling event again this year.
The 30th of November culminates the end of the season for the cycling calendar of 2024. So we do believe it will be very fast, very furious, very hot, and it will be challenging for the athletes and those masters as well. There will be a few hidden surprises within the few weeks to come, and there will be continuous posts on our social media, newspapers that will relate to the event.
Now, those are the three the three speakers who highlighted few issues during the launch yesterday. Finishing up with the team principal, that is for Forever Cycling Club, that is Mr. Clinton McNamara, just highlighting that indeed this is the last event on the cycling calendar on the 30th of November. The year is 2024. So we can't wait. Eswatini TV as one way of ensuring that we meet you at the point of your need. We will be there without a fail. Now, moving forward, let's talk about darts, because over the weekend there was a competition, or rather an involvement of other clubs to see how things are going. And one key element that we picked up as a Eswatini TV crew is that since the country hosted the 2024 Darts Region 5 Games, that was back in August, there's some sort of improvement and excitement that is coming from the clubs, and they had to say something about it. But Master, waibugera and wapinze waikava in terms of being there as a journalist, the host of the Region 5, Darts Games. We hosted them and it was a success event. Nabakuluma kulempera sondo batsi hayi kusukela vele kwaphela le Region 5 competition vele lizinga lile etulu. Kusho kuthini lokho Master?
Fabrice kusho lokukhulu kakhulu. I think nawubuka lokuthi league bebadlala imidlalo ye league SRIC league ibuyile. I think lama events akhona kuma data, I think bawabeka nge strategy, because besaqedza ama national championships, then sasesita ku Region 5, then sekubuya le league lokuyi marathon. I think bawabeke kahle because umumvu nakasuka kuma national championships uyahamba i-national team iyotigeja iyodlala nebadlali bangaphandle, then iyabuya ke i-league iyachubeka ichubekile ke i-league njoba usho ile level nawuyibuka kunengilala bakufunzile ku Region 5 labe bakhona lengicabanga ukuthi naba labe bangasiko part of yona i-Region 5 noma part of yona i-national team. I think kunengilala batakufunza kunaba bebakhona, because le level enyukile kancane bayinyusile kancane. Lokuyinvo lenhla Fabrice, umthelela muhle, because angeke ni live and host a regional tournament development bese ansa-improve bese badlali abasa-improve. Le competition nje lesitayibona kule league ichubeka, I think ngiko lolo tasinika umkombandlela, kutaba ngolo umkombandlela wawe madatsi, because ema-young players akhona, nema-teams akhona, bongwane park bakhona, bo-Malkens bakhona, Red Arrows bakhona, I think bonke lama-teams, bonke lama-teams lokuba khona babota bakhona, ama-companies abakhona, I think logo labadlali, because i-national team beyakhiwe cishe badlali abachamuka kulama teams lawo lesengiwabalile, but nalaba bebangekho, I think nabo kukhona lesikubonile.
One thing also I've picked, Masa, is that this is a sport, Nyangboni Association, they are trying to ensure that yes, this is a league, the league is a marathon, we've seen that, but some of these players, which is one way of making sure that they jungle both schoolwork and the darts sport itself. But how hectic could be this season following that event that we hosted as a country? How competitive?
Itabayenza kakhulu Fabrice. I think ukhuluma nge-development. Kumele Fabrice sishaye tandla sishayele i-executive yalelidwa nguye Kofi Phumlani wakandwande, because ngibo lalaba ithi nabangicala umnyaka babuka ukuthi okay kude sikhone kuthola abadlali abancane, kude sikhone kuthola abadlali be-national team, asendeni kanjani sibonile even this year bayibambile imidlalo etikolweni, na last year bakwentile lokho, bomhlatane sababona abavelela, bolangeni sababona abavelela. I think lokho Fabrice kudzinga ukuthi, because as a sport ucala phasi uhambe wenyuke, then le level nayifika ku national team lo mdlalo umkhanza ukuthi sohambe tonke letigaba. So singashayela nje yena Kofi ne-executive yakhe tandla ukuthi basebentile, bayasebenta, siyababona, and babe involved ngencumbi yabo, babe involved kumadatsi isikhathi lesithe, bese ke sekuba nema-legends boba bemncina ku-Malkens. I think nabo nawubuka le ndlela laba khona kukhuluma ngayo nebadlali, because kumcoka Fabrice ukuthi bamvu lasebabadzala kule game bathi nabahleli nebadlali abasebancane, ubone lo ukuthi kude lo mkhathi longanani ukuthi angihlali nebantwana mina noma akwenteki ini, bashiyelana ligwayi nalokudlala babone ukuthi kudlalwa kanje.
Now, I want to listen to some of the speakers of the day, but one thing I've picked as well, Master, I think we've got 5 sporting codes in the country that are consistent in terms of bringing back medals at home. Taekwondo, I think, is one of the association, and darts is there. Now, it's permitting darts most of the time. In terms of tindondo. Is
chess.
That chess? Yes, we can highlight chess. Yeah, these are some of the sporting codes. Mostly darts is also amongst those teams. So how much have they invested in ensuring that they represent well as a country? How long do they have to? What can other association also learn from them?
Lokumcoka kakhulu Fabrice, singakhuluma nge-leadership, proper leadership, kuwo lama sports lama associations, but lokusekelwa, because sikhuluma nge-league, SRIC is sponsored
for over, I don't know how long, 5-7 years, 10.
No.
For the longest time.
For the longest of time.
For the existence, since the existence of the sport, yeah.
So baya sponsorisha amadatsi ngilokutiphatsa kwalama teams, ngilokutiphatsa kwale executive. So ema sponsors nema association kuyahlangana bakhulise le sport, uyabona. So amadatsi nakaye ngaphandle abuya siyawabona ema-medals ngiloko lesikhuluma ngako, development, integrity ku-sports in very, very important ku-leadership ye-sport. Then ema-sponsors atosupporta banisekele nikhona ku-improve i-league yenu.
Now, talking about the return of the Eswatini Royal Insurance Corporation Darts League that just returned this past weekend, after that heavy, competition that was hosted in the Kingdom of Eswatini from the region. Let's listen to Flag Ngumalo. Flag Ngumalo is the spokesperson of the Eswatini Darts Association. What do they have to say about the changes, the growth of the sport that's in the country? This is Flag Ngumalo.
Esrik, Eswatini Royal Insurance Cooperative 150,000. Nyalo umsakadi iligi yethu seyisitofika emaphethelweni lapho kulida khona iqembu leMalkans. Ma-defending champions Green Arrows number 2, number 3 Green Spears. Green Arrows team yase-correctional leyawina iligi last season. So lisasasa lokusibuya ku-region 5 lisetulu kakhulu. Ama-team lamancane akhoze upset ema-teamini lamakhulu. Nalawo lamakhulu ema-team nawo akhombisa ukuthi vele afake amandla kakhulu kuthi tonke inhlangothi ukuthi bagcine bawinile championship. Imidlalo ema-region 5 imsakade sisithe kakhulu, especially kubukela namanye amave afikile kuwe as a host utothola lwati nje, especially South Africa lebahlabana kakhulu overall, even nakuma-seniors bawina. So basifundzise kakhulu ukuthi sonke isikhathi sinadlala ema-darts itimisele ubuke score sakho, ungafocus ku-opponent, just play your game so that ukuthi le game yakho itochubeka iphakame yedu. I-response yabomake iyajabulisa, although solo iyalekhisha lapha nalapha. I-team yabomake lekhona i-Green Roses yakhona e-correctional. So nembabane sithi cancel nabo bomake lababili, ilangani nabo bomake labathathu, i-reps nabo bomake labathathu. Yakhombisa ukuthi bomake nabo sebasijoyina le sport. Futhi batimisela kakhulu nawubuka lokuthi insha yethu i-youth under 25 lahlaba nathola igolide ka-region 5. Kunabo sisi labangu-3 nabo laba kuma-Green Roses.
Now, great response from the spokesperson of the association in the kingdom, that is Fleck Numaro, just highlighting on where they are as a country. As you can tell, the package of over 200,000 as a sponsorship. We talk about also some of the teams leading so far. It says a lot. Now, moving on to other teams that are doing well, of course, in partnership with Eswatini TV. You heard the big news earlier this week with Eswatini TV partnering with the Premier League of Eswatini about the broadcast of the Premier League of Eswatini. You, as a viewer, you've been asking questions on countless occasions that when can we get a chance to see local football on our screens. So beginning of this weekend, especially Sunday, it's your first day to see the first game live on Eswatini TV. That is between Babane Highlanders and new promoted side Sisonke, live from Eswatini TV. Now, Dlamini, I want us to listen to the interviews quickly. Nasibuya, you give me maybe your analysis. When I think about 15 to 20 years back, and you're part of the team, but how much does it mean for the viewer when a game is broadcasted live on Eswatini TV? But let's listen to the two entities representatives, that is Eswatini TV representative, that is spokesperson, rather communications officer, Nomcebo Madinga, in the company of executive member of the Premier League of Eswatini, Subsiso Scorpion Numaro, during the agreement launch or rather announcement at the Squatter House on Wednesday.
Lekuthi sitawuqala umsebenzi weku niketa sive noma kusonzeta ibhola kubantu kanye neSwatini TV. Sithi asisatise sive ukuthi sicala lo msebenzi ngekupilota lemanye imidlalo lesitayikhetha ukuthi siyibonise kumabona kudze wakithi eSwatini TV. Sithatha lethuba lokuthi ibhola vele seyithatha lilayini lokuthi umhlaba wonke seyibuketa lokuthi sale ingena nakumabona kudze khona lokuthi sive siyithole, siphinze futhi badlali bethu bamaketheke nemabhizinisi ethu evela khona lokuthi asonzele nawo ati khombise nakudlala ibhola eSwatini. So sing Premier League sithatha lithuba namhla ukuthi siyaqala ngelisondo emkhathini emidlalweni lotaba senhlangano kumkhathini weMbabane Highlanders neSonke FC. Sistabe sicala khona sihambisa lo hlelo lekuhlola lokuthi singayifaka kanjani TV eSwatini TV ukuthi ibukelise ibhola even lakithi laseSwatini.
Seeing Eswatini TV, we are here to reassure everyone in the room that we are going to broadcast quality soccer. Njengoba siqala nje kusakada nje inhlangano kulo Sunday nje lotako sifuna ku reassure onke emaswati ukuthi ibhola batobe bayibukela ku screen noma ku Eswatini TV toba kulibhola leli high level. Njengoba nje we've been pushing the word ukuthi we want professionalism. You are going to see a professional product on your local screens. Then actually with the executive committee ukuthi thine siya interact a lot with the public. More especially on my social media pages. We try to get relevant content for Eswatini. Eswatini know what they want. They want a local content. Any local content, if I get a cut, even local soccer. There's been a huge cry, a huge need for local soccer. Sizamile ukuthi sibe nabo EPL aphinza khale eMaswati ukuthi sifuna ukubukela iHighland, sifuna ukubukela iMvabane Swallows. So siyajabula nje Eswatini TV ukuthi namhla sikhonile lokuthi nisithembe with your product PLE. We are going to make you proud as well. We will not tarnish your product. Instead, we are going to make sure that we market it fully and make sure that this marriage is not going to be short term, but it's going to be long term. We are ready. We are willing and able. Sunday is going to happen. Sing Eswatini TV sitobisi corner. So njegoria shosha sivu na magume sistede njisiva kuti wonke mvu aga tune into Eswatini TV atobona the first matches that I broadcaster na yoge kulomshado lomusha lesipana na PLE.
What announcement that announcement was made on Tuesday, of course, by the Eswatini Television Authority in conjunction with the Premier League of Eswatini about the games that will begin this coming Sunday live on Eswatini TV, and we can't wait for the huge occasion. So for the viewer who loves football, so it's your weekend. You catch Manchester United in Brentford on Saturday, from 4 p.m. local time. Then Sunday, you get local football, Mbabane Highlanders and Sisonke FC. This man right here knows what it means for the viewer to watch football on screens. Master, no hlangana na wedorobheni bathi hayi nisiratsela nini ibhola sengina ngiseyeta mas batawukhala ngani nya.
Fabrice, ibhola yakithi bevele idzinga ukuthi ivele kuma screens njengoba baashito yena lilunga lenhlangano yePremier League Scorpion Nxumalo ukuthi pilot le kufuna kubonakala ukuthi lo mshado utawuhamba ufike kuphi njengoba sike saveta ke phambilini ukuthi ama leagues lamanyende emhlabeni noma lamakhulu emhlabeni abemakhulu because of ama TV rights. I think lokho kuyadzingeka nabadlali nje Fabrice badzinga ukuthi babe TV ubeksa ngeminyaka wa 2012-13 lapho khona bekusakadwa imidlalo yeM10 Premier League kuthi 2 years later noma 3 years later sayibona ibhola yakithi ikhula, not because of mhlambe kuthi bekwende njani iTV ya contributor because everyone bekafuna ukuthi abe spot on the tactics abo coach labadlali tonke letinvo leto udzinga ukuthi tibe spot on. So le bhola mangabe iTV buka botawubona next year if mhlambe lo mshado utawugcina uchubekile ube impumelelo utawubona next year or the year after ukuthi le bhola seyikuphi because sikhuluma ngeprofessionalism kuma teams utawudzinga ukuthi athole ama sponsors lata batholele ama jersey laphilako ema jersey lata ubhalwa tinombolo laphilako magama badlali laphilako bo coach kutawudzinga ukuthi babonakala because batawubonakala tawudzinga ukuthi bahlale ba spot on ngama tactics abo bo Rafela nabo because batabe seba TV nabo batabe bahleli mandondolwane ema fans ngeke nje afune kuba ngumsindvo angene enkundleni because batabe seba TV batawubonakala batawusheshe babonakala. So tonke letinvo leto lenhlangothi leto ngicabanga ukuthi iyalekelela nama sponsors nawo atawungena support ibhola yakithi.
Now, siyakuthinga lokho master ukuthi vele lokho lokuchaza ko master ukuthi we need the names on the shirts of the players. Singagcine sithi nje nguFabrice Msone yakothi nasengise groundini bathi ngiSuarez. Ngoba lo muntu ohlele ekhaya ugcina athi ngiSuarez akade ligama yabo. Ube number 2 Uwa Manana but sitting Marcelo because Marcelo he left back. So the confusion for the now. Talking about the national team, they are in preparations rather. They have announced the squad that will begin preparations for the CHAN qualifiers against Zimbabwe on the 27th and the 2nd of November, respectively. Now, the announcement was made earlier on by the spokesperson of the Eswatini Football Association, Moze Khadebe. He was in the company of the head coach Lugaruzich at the offices members of the Football Association Eswatini House. Let's just listen to the announcement of the players. When we return, we discuss the team squad. There's a surprise name in that squad. Listen to this.
Defenders, Sibonga konke Silenge Green Mamba, Gift Kamete Real Leopards, Ndumiso Ndaba, Manzini Seabeds, Simanga Masangane Real Leopard. Sibonelo Sibanze Young Buffaloes, Nkoli Simanana Green Mamba, Kwaketwala Mbabane Swallows. Midfielders, Sisegelo Matsenjwa, Moneni Pirates, Siboniso Ngwenya Young Buffaloes, Bongiswa Dlamini Nsingizini Hotspurs, Sifiso Mate Royal Leopard. Tubeli Hlema Vuso Nsingizini Hotspurs, Junior Matakuda Royal Leopard, Njabulo Chwala Green Mamba, Neliswa Dlamini Nsingizini Hotspurs, Sandile Kamete Young Buffaloes. We go to the strikers. Mtunzi Mkonto Green Mamba, Alimate Young Buffaloes, Owa Matebula Young Buffaloes, Fanelo Mamba Young Buffaloes, Mtogozi Sikwebu Manzini Seabeds, and Sabelo Mzinisa. These are the 25 players that the coach has called for the upcoming camp in preparations of the CHAN 2024 qualifiers against Zimbabwe. Thank you.
Now, that's the announcement by the coach Lugorozic through the Football Association spokesperson, that is Mose Khadebe. Now, I've come to understand that the reason why the coach cannot make the announcement himself, he has asked that they do that for him because he still have a problem with the pronunciation. So rather, pronouncing the players' names wrong, so he prefers that he gives it to someone else to do the job. Master, naslela ngomsombuluko wasuggesta igama Siboniso Ngwenya.
Yeah.
I think he's in the squad. Ukona and wakuphinzwa wakhuluma ngaSabelo Sikhalinziniza. Ngathi coach bekabukela lihlelo kanzi bekale eMozambique. Sabelo Sikhalinziniza ukona. The involvement of the two players. Labanye maybe it's a familiar face from the team that was in Mozambique. But the involvement of these two names, and number 6 and number 9, how happy are you? And ukushokuthini?
Fabrice, I think kusho lokhulu kakhulu nawubuka ukuthi lo two players ubuyile ku national team Siboniso Gaca from yona Young Buffaloes naSabelo, but iwari yami Fabrice ngidibuta lo kusho iCHAN imcoka kakhulu kwendlula ema-AFCON qualifiers because
I think as time goes usafunza the team nale selection. Yes, qhubeka ngosi.
But there was no need to drop Pascal. There was no need. But Fabrice, I think now even kule team la selectile na coach 19 players abaqhamuka kulo 3 teams ku Young Buffaloes, Green Mamba, Royal Leopard, and ukhale coach after the game in Mozambique ukhale nge-fatigue. I think ukhetha lo 19 wema players ubuke ukuthi these players mhlambe i-fitness level yabo cishe yona ingetulu kancane kulalamanye then Nsingizini nayo I think nabo i-fitness yabo ngithithena ngibuka kusolokuqalela league cishe bangetulu nabo then featuring some of lamanye ama teams because nawubuka nje ukuthi ku Seabeds kuna 2 umbabano Swallows kuna munye kuna kwakhe kuphela. So ngicabanga ukuthi coach invo la ibuke kakhulu nguleyo inzaba ye-fitness because ukhale ngayo kakhulu after igame yayo i-Mozambique, but overall ngicabanga ukuthi i-goalkeeping department happy ngayo. Yeah, Xolani ngicabanga ukuthi is the number 1 at the moment, is doing very well. Good defense kunabo kunamasangane kunamxolisi kunakwakhe I think langkhala nangbuka i-right back because nakabuka ngalindlela la announce ngayo only one from but midfield ngicabanga ukuthi ngihappy nakhona nakuma strikers.
Master siyahamba ngicela one ngunike less than 10 seconds. You want to congratulate an athlete ngubani kwendekeni?
bonke mahlalela eNingizimu Afrika la ka Tintinte khona itolo bamhlomelisile wa nominator ekubeni athlete le phatha kahle noma levelele, so ngicabanga ukuthi indvu lenhle lokuthi our very own
top female sprinter
lapha eveni siyadinga Fabrice, ngicabanga ukuthi if siyawubanga umsindvo kuma males athletes nangala ma females nakhona ngicabanga ukuthi siwubanga umsindvo singabe sesesivala liso linye.
There you have it, our in-house analyst. He does not only get local information, but he goes beyond to get all the information, even in terms of our international athletes who are doing well internationally. Otherwise, this is the moment where we have to love and leave you. But I can tell you, your weekend is jam-packed because from Saturday, you've got the English Premiership live on Eswatini TV, 4 p.m., the kickoff between Manchester United against Brentford. But the build-up starts live on Eswatini TV from 3 p.m. And then the major day that all of you are waiting for is the day of the local broadcast. That is Sunday at the King Sopuza Memorial Stadium. But if you can't go to the stadium in Hlangano, Eswatini TV will be your comfort seat between Babane Highlanders and Sisonke United. Until we meet again, of course, Sidraranganchar.
Order KFC on WhatsApp. +268 78 33 5151.
Welcome to the ultimate guide to your weekend entertainment. Get ready to groove with us as we bring you the hottest music videos and exclusive interviews with your favorite celebrities. Experience fresh music videos from new releases, underground sensations, and emerging talent. Whether you're hip-hop, amapiano, or afro, we've got something for everyone.
And if you've missed out on any of the excitement, don't worry, we've got you covered. Join us for an electrifying journey through the music scene. Relive the magic and get inspired for your next weekend adventure.
Busy at the border.